Paul Jones with the weekly book review along with the Michigan Real Estate Investor Network. I'm here with another weekly book review, and this week I will be reviewing one of my favorite financial books, one of the most phenomenal financial books, and one of the most renowned financial books. Did I say phenomenal twice? Doesn't matter. But again, it's one of my favorites. A lot of people have heard of it, and I'll tell you how you can win it at the end of this video. So this week I'm going to be reviewing The Richest Man in Babylon. World renowned, a lot of people know it, one of my favorites. It's just really a great, you see it's small, but it's just the way it's written that's a big turnoff for people. But it's written by 𝗕𝙁Clason. I don't think that's right. But 𝗕𝙁Clason, again, it's a very small book, and it's just a book built out of parables and just a few rules, and I'm going to take you through a bit of the book right now. The book just begins with a man who desires gold, and just to translate it, a man who wants money, just like the rest of us, a man who just wants to live a great life, but just for some reason can't figure out what he's doing wrong to earn money, to save money, and to become the rich man that he chooses to become. Him and his friends soon run into the richest man in Babylon. There are a lot of names in this book that honestly I just can't remember off the top of my head. But he meets the richest man in Babylon, and the richest man in Babylon takes them through a few things, telling them how they can potentially earn money. And the book also speaks of how the richest man in Babylon speaks amongst his friends and what they speak about to continue to get richer, or what they did to stay away from just the poor mindset and not becoming the rich, successful men that they are. And the way that the book portrays it towards the middle is just, it gives the 7 cures for a lean purse, pretty much saying the 7 ways to continue to earn, save your money. That's the summarization of it. But I'm going to give you guys those 7 cures just so you know a bit what it's about and what you're in store for when you read this book. So the first cure, the first cure for a lean purse is just to start thy purse fattening. Just pretty much means start saving with what you have. If you earn $10 a day and you put that in a jar, but at the end of the day you take out 9, and you do that every single day, after 10 days you're going to have the money that you took out, but you're also going to have those 10 left over because you leave 1 in there for 10 days straight. You're going to end up with 10, and eventually that becomes your safety net. That becomes your little pouch of money that you need to continue to grow. So that's the main thing. The best way to start saving is to start saving, right? The second cure for a lean purse is to control thy expenditures. Pretty much meaning control what you spend. You know how much you make, or at least you should know how much you make, or you should know how much money you have. So you should automatically know what you can spend, so you still have money to put aside, but you still have money to take care of those everyday things. The next thing is make thy gold multiply. Pretty much what that's meaning is put your money to work for you. Your money is your slave. Your money works for you. It can continue to work for you to earn more money effortlessly. Well, maybe not effortlessly, because you always have to put in that initial work to either learn something, to meet someone, or to get the money to make it multiply. In either way, there's an easier way to make money, but you always have to put in that initial work. The fourth cure for a lean purse is guard thy treasures from loss. Meaning, make safe investments. Make investments in what you know. You should never invest. You should never invest in metal if the only thing you know is lumber. You get what I mean? You should only invest in what you know, or invest it with people who know what they're doing. People who have been in that field before. You would never go into the stock market and throw in $5,000 and just say, I think this is going to work out great. No, you would work with a friend, you would work with a trusted associate, a fiduciary person who will work on your behalf and help you to make the best investment. And you want to make sure that they're an expert in that field as well. The next thing is make of thy dwelling a profitable investment. Well, for the people from the Michigan Real Estate Investor Network, or the people who are familiar with it, know that we're here for real estate, invest in land, invest in your property. Just make sure that you're always building some type of equity, because there's always some good that can come out of land. If you hold it for 50 years, there's a strong chance that it's going to be worth a lot more than it is now, right? So the sixth thing is ensure a future income. We all know about retirement plans. We all know about 401ks, IRAs, pensions, just any savings account, investment accounts. We just know that there's always a way to get money even after you're done working. So that's pretty much what it's saying. Secure that you're going to be making money after you're done working, after you're 50, after you're 60, after you're 70, because you still have more years to live after you're done working. So if you don't secure that income earlier in life, when the time comes, you won't know what to do. I wouldn't rely on hitting the jackpot, hitting the lottery when you hit retirement age. I wouldn't bet on that. You want to bet on yourself. You want to do the things now to get the longevity and the return in the end, so you can continue living your normal way even after you've retired. And the seventh and final cure for a lean purse is increasing the ability to earn. Reading a book is increasing your ability to earn. Learning a new skill is increasing your ability to earn. The more valuable you become in a certain field, the more people will pay you. That's at the end of the day. The more people you're able to please, the more you can do that others can't. That's a skill in itself, and you're able to earn a lot more than the average person just by doing that. So those are the 7 cures for a lean purse. I took a lot from it, and it really got me down the right path of learning about money and being able to spend my money effectively and know where to put it and live a righteous life. So the book pretty much ends off with 5 parables. Parables meaning stories that have a meaning behind it, that have a story, that have a lesson behind it. And my favorite from that is the Camel Traitor of Babylon. And just to give a brief synopsis of it, it's just this guy, this dude who owes a lot of people money. Sorry for the stutter, but a guy who owes a lot of people money just doesn't really know. That doesn't know how to pay them back. He runs into a guy who he actually owes money to, who's a very successful camel trader. So he just gives the story of how he came up, and the summary of it all, the lesson that I took from it was that to become successful, you have to take charge of your life, and you have to take responsibility for the actions that you take, no matter what. If you borrow, you can't rob Peter to pay Paul. Whatever the saying goes, just know you have to take responsibility for what you do and how you go about your business and your finances. You just have to stand tall, and you just have to take responsibility for everything you do, but you also have to put the work in and cannot expect anything to be handed to you. So again, this is Paul Jones with the weekly book review along with the Michigan Real Estate Investor Network. I just reviewed one of my favorite financial books, one of the easiest to read. Well, besides for the language, for those, especially for those people who know what I'm talking about, it pretty much speaks in biblical terms. It's kind of hard to dissect, but it's a great book once you break it down. So I told you guys how I was going to tell you how you could win this book, and here's how you can win this book. After you're finished watching this video, down below you can go into the comments and comment a book that you're currently reading, a book that you previously read, or a book that you're looking to read in the future and that you're super excited to read. So down below, after you do that, at the end of the week, we'll pretty much pick a name out of the hat, and we'll pick a winner, and that will be the winner, and we will ship this book to you directly. And after you win the book, all you have to do is just take a picture with the book and post it in the Michigan Real Estate Investor Network. So again, this is Paul Jones with the weekly book review along with the Michigan Real Estate Investor Network. I'm very happy to be doing this, and I can't wait to see you guys next week. See you guys then.